Everybody right now has dreams, don't they, guys? All right, everybody in the NFL, I have a dream of making it in the NFL. I got a dream of winning a Super Bowl. I got a dream of being in a Pro Bowl. I'm really not into dreams anymore, okay? I'm into fucking nightmares. You guys with me on that?
Mosh pit.
You gotta end somebody's dream. You gotta take their job. You gotta take their heart. Are you guys clear about this NFL shit now? We're not trying to go to the Peach Bowl. We're not trying to go to the Gator Bowl or the Bluebonnet Bowl. We're trying to go to the Super Bowl.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song, he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Just win, baby. I love it. You know, I sit in my office and I just shake. I get so excited.
Raider Nation, what is good? How's that for a blowout? How's that for a defensive get-right game? Man, I said this could be a get-right game for this defense, and boy, did they show up, man. God damn, I'm proud of these guys. I'd also like to thank Drew Lock for making us look way better than we are. Cheers to you, brother. I hope you enjoyed your time on the ground, man. That jersey, that whole uniform of yours was stained green, boy. My man threw 4 interceptions today. Man, that's tough. That's tough. All right, let me stop bashing for a sec. Let's get right. This game, I got a little bit of mixed emotions about this game. It was really a tale of two halves for this offense. Just mistakes on mistakes, penalties, just unacceptable drop passes, just unacceptable stuff in the first half. I will say they did a great job adjusting, refocusing after halftime, and went out and blew this thing out of the water. This game should have been 54-6, man. This thing should have been wrapped up in a bow and put underneath the Christmas tree, bro. Like, Derek Carr was throwing dimes, bro. Dimes. And his receivers were letting him down. And, that's tough. I was sitting there in the first half like, is this going to be one of those games that we just let go, give up, let it go right through our fingertips? Nope, it's not. The defense did their job, man. And we've seen it weeks prior that the defense wasn't doing their job. The offense had to overcompensate and bail them out. It was the opposite today. The defense really held their own and balled out and gave the offense time to figure it out and really put the foot on the gas pedal in the second half. So cheers to this defense, man. We'll get into all that in just a bit. I want to touch on some things that I thought were really interesting. Coming into this game, the Raiders had the fewest penalties that they've ever committed since I think it was like the mid to late 60s. And then we come into this game and just, yellow laundry all over the floor. It was one of those things like, the announcer had to bring it up and then it all goes downhill from there. It's that little curse, once somebody talks about it, that thing that you talked about starts unfolding. So, pretty sloppy game today. It's not what you want to see, and frankly, it's not what we've seen from this team. This team's been very disciplined, and it's been very impressive and actually has gone under the radar. People haven't really been talking about how disciplined this team has been. So for them to go out and play, recent Raiders football where, they're picking up yellow flags all over the field, that was a little frustrating to watch. It kind of felt like, oh man, I forgot that's what this team was for so long. So that was disappointing because it cost this team some points. And through the first half, it looked like those were going to be huge problems. Credit these Raiders too. Coming out in second halves and especially third quarters, the Raiders have been really, really good right after the halftime break. And that obviously played a huge part in today's game. It was a really tight game going into half. We got the huge pick by Jeff Heath in the end zone right before halftime that really saved the Raiders some guff there and kept them ahead going into halftime. So these halftime adjustments have been huge this year. So credit John Gruden and the coaching staff for being able to get these players right, and credit the players for executing those adjustments. There was one more thing that I found pretty interesting at the beginning of the broadcast. The broadcast team had mentioned that the Raiders' run-pass ratio was an even 50-50 heading into the game. And that surprised me because we talk all the time about how this offense is built around the run and we run the ball too much, and John Gruden needs to open up the playbook and throw the ball more. It's 50-50 straight up. So to me, can't really ask for anything much better than that. I don't know what the splits are after this game. Obviously, that's going to change probably, but yeah, fooled me though. I could have sworn we were on a run-heavy side, at least 55%. So that was something that really struck me, and I had to do a double take and say, really? Well, that's cool. All right, now let's jump into a few of the struggles that we saw in the first half. Obviously, we saw the punt return for Hunter Renfrow. He picked up 27 yards off the first punt. He fielded it about the 50-yard line, picked up 27 yards. Great field position for the Raiders. Unfortunately, it's called back due to a holding call. I think it was on Nixon, and that put the Raiders back on their own 40. Whatever. Raiders go down and score. The offense looks dominant on the first drive. I was like, okay, this is wraps. After that first drive, there's no way the Broncos are stopping us. Obviously, it didn't unfold like that, but nonetheless, on Renfrow's second punt return attempt, he ends up taking it to the house for 6. But wait, what's that? A flag. Yep, Jonathan Abram flagged for a blindside block that was totally unnecessary, man. This was like 10 yards behind where Hunter Renfrow fielded the ball. All he had to do was just screen him off a little bit, and it would have been fine. But Abram, being the kind of guy he is, he went and tried to lay the wood. I don't blame him, but you got to be smarter than that. Like, I know you want to go out and hit people. I know you want to have fun, and that's your mantra is being fired up and playing loose and hitting people. And I love that about Jonathan Abram, but it's little things like that where there's a time and a place to just, throw your hands up and get in the way and, just do the least rather than the most. You know what I'm saying? So that's unfortunate. Renfrow gets 2 good returns called back, one of them for a touchdown, one of them that would have put the Raiders in a better spot in the first half. But I do want to say Renfrow looks good returning punts. The last few weeks, I've seen him back there, and I've been thinking to myself, is Renfrow the guy that we really want back there, or would I rather have Ruggs, or would I rather have somebody else? But I think I like Renfrow back there. He's really quick, man, and he makes some good cuts, and he gets upfield, and he's not afraid to take a hit either. It's kind of scary watching him go down there and lower the shoulder and just taking some licks, but the dude's a tough kid, and I think I made my mind up. I like Hunter Renfrow back there, man. He's quick, he's shifty, he's got good hands, he's a smart player. So, that little doubt that's been in my mind is it's gone away. I like Hunter Renfrow back there for sure, fielding punts. Okay, let's talk Henry Ruggs real quick. Now, after last video of me hyping him up and talking about all the good things that he does for this offense, and Derek's just been missing him, and he's gonna get right. Don't worry. Derek throws him a dime on the sidelines, and he doesn't even put his hands together for the ball. He just goes right through his arms. That was disappointing, and I literally had just got done hyping him up to one of my buddies, and I was like, man, that's disappointing. With Ruggs' speed and the way that ball was put right on the money, that could have been 6 for sure. We also had Nelson Aguilar, after hyping him up last week about how great he's been for this team, ends up dropping a touchdown pass. So look, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. I think I don't think I should be hyping people up, because man, the way it worked this week, man, it didn't look good for me this week. And Isaiah Johnson too, man, I was hyping him up. He barely got playing time, and he was in there, and then ended up throwing a punch and getting ejected. So I might keep my mouth shut a little bit next week. Who knows? Maybe not. We'll see what happens. We had one more really bad drop that, Darren Waller, another touchdown, beat his man by a mile. Derek Carr throws a good enough ball to catch, and Waller kind of sticks his butt out, and instead of going into the inside of the field and catching that on his body, he tries to catch it out with his outstretched hands and his butt sticking out. I don't know what's going on with Darren Waller, but that's got to be caught, man. That's the biggest reason I got mixed feelings about this game is, yeah, we won. It's 37-12. Ended up blowing them out, but the missed opportunities are killer. And playing against better teams than the Broncos, that's what's going to end up letting you lose the game. This offense went out and did a good job. Derek put his team in position to make plays, and they didn't do it. So those are things that are concerning to me. Hopefully it's a one-off and it's it and that's done. But going forward for this playoff push, and especially playing teams like the Dolphins and the Colts, who are right there in that playoff hunt with us, we're going to have to clean it up a little bit. I don't think we can really rely on our defense to hold teams to 12 points all year. I mean, we've seen what this defense is capable of giving up, and today was a different story, but we can't rely on them to do that every week. So we got to be capitalizing on these opportunities when we get them. With all the penalties and the drops in the book, whatever, let's move on. Let's talk about this defense and how well they actually did play today, because it was impressive. The defense finished with 10 pass breakups, 7 QB hits, 2 sacks, 4 interceptions, and a forced fumble and a fumble recovery. So, hey, look, this is something new for this Raiders defense to be balling out and creating turnovers like this. Tell me y'all weren't cheesing hard every single time that defense ran to the end zone and posed for a picture, man. Oh, dude, I'm tired of seeing other teams' defenses celebrate in the end zone and have a blast doing it, and the Raiders never get to do it. So today, they did it 5 times today. Man, I was so freaking stoked for this defense. Jeff Heath, man, he's a bad dude. That interception in the red zone to prevent the Broncos from scoring at half was huge. And he bit on that slant route like a mother, man. I'm really happy with the way Jeff Heath is playing. He's definitely exceeding my expectations of what I thought he would be for this team. And I hope he seals his spot as, at least more of a rotational guy going forward, if not the starting safety. I will say Eric Harris, man, he laid the wood on a big third down and broke up a pass. I like the way Eric Harris plays. He plays rough, plays tough. Him and Abram back there, they both like to hit people. So, the big thing was Eric Harris was missing tackles and he was giving up big plays. And, I think having Jeff Heath rotate in there and playing more of that deep safety role really shows that's probably the better way to go with this defense, because Jeff Heath, man, he can read that quarterback a little bit. He can get those interceptions, and that's what we need. We need some turnovers on this defense. So super stoked with Jeff Heath. Nick Kwiatkowski had a nice one-handed pick at the end of the game. Carl Nassib drops into coverage and gets an interception. So everybody's getting involved. LaMarcus Joyner goes and pulls a fumble out, gets the ball right at the 20-yard line. The Raiders had great field position all game. So you really got to credit this defense, because they put the offense in a position to do more than just put up 37 points. Like I said, they should have been a 50, 60-point game. The offense just wasn't pulling their weight in the first half. And then in the second half, Waller had a touchdown that he dropped as well. So this defense deserves some kudos. Paul Gunther, you can put your little behind on a block of ice, because you're off the hot seat in my book for now. We'll see what you do next week against the Chiefs. If we can have another great game against the Chiefs and sweep the Chiefs, that'll go a long way. I don't want to get ahead of myself right now, but Paul Gunther, take it easy, man. Enjoy a bowl of ice cream or a freaking donut or whatever it is you like to eat on me. You done good today. I also want to give credit to this defense for absolutely beating the hell out of Drew Lock. This dude started the game with a white jersey, going home with a green one, and that's important. He was shook up. He was hurt. Arden Key, man, I got to say, I like the way Arden Key plays. That dude plays with some fire. We've seen it before. He's kind of all over the place, rushes in, falls down, misses a tackle, whatever. But like, the dude plays with a lot of energy. I see him getting hyped up, laying the wood on people early in the game. Went and knocked the crap out of Drew Lock. So if there's one dude on this defense who I'm really pulling for to kind of get things together, it's Arden Key. Going into his 3rd year, maybe he can straighten things out. Who knows? But bottom line, I like the way the guy plays. I see him over there, chopping it up. He's clapping his hands. He's fired up. He's like the Jonathan Abram of that D-line. So I want to give kudos to Arden Key for playing with fire. That's the most important thing in my book. That's why I like Nick Kwiatkowski so much. That's why I like Jonathan Abram so much. I like Arden Key, because that dude plays with some fire. Before I forget too, man, I want to give some credit to Tom Cable. The job that he's done with this offensive line being as banged up as it is has been very impressive. The Raiders ran for over 200 yards today. That's saying something. With an offensive line, we only got 2 of your starters playing. That's really impressive, man. And then we saw Sam Young go down late in this game as well. So that's another little speed bump that this offensive line is going to have to get over. But credit to Tom Cable, man. He's done a great job with this offensive line, and Tom Cable's a guy that was getting a lot of crap too. So it's good to see this offensive line really balling out. And Tom Cable, he deserves some love for sure. So cheers to you, Tom Cable. Keep up the good work, man. I think I just got one more thing to talk about, and we'll get out of here. That's Derek Carr. Like I said before, the stats weren't there for Derek today, but I thought he played a great game. He threw the ball right where it needed to be. Didn't get much help from his receivers, and he broke out of the pocket and ran the ball a couple times, made good decisions, took care of the football, and threw the ball well. So this is another good game for Derek Carr. I know numbers aren't everything and all that, but I feel bad for him because his completion percentage is great. It's right there around 70%, and today that kind of hurts his percentage a little bit, and it wasn't really his fault. The broadcast team was talking about, Derek Carr doesn't usually play like this, blah, blah, blah. He's usually a lot better. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, are you guys watching the same game that I'm watching? Like, the dude's putting the ball right on the money. His receivers are dropping it. So good stuff by Derek Carr again. This guy's continuing to prove to people why, you shouldn't be talking smack about him, because he's got the chops, man. But hey, I think that's going to do it for me, you guys. Let me know what you guys think about these longer videos. My last few videos have been like 17 minutes long. You guys like them a little bit longer, or should I try to, clean them up a little bit and be a little bit more concise? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Raider Nation, enjoy this victory. We got the Chiefs next week, so sit in this one, revel in it, enjoy it, and then get ready for a battle against the Chiefs at home. All right, y'all. Much love. Peace out. Till next time.